Hello and welcome everyone to the Week in 7 Questions, today with Michael Werz from Washington. What a cliffhanger this election is. Michael, what's your gut feeling telling you?
Right now, it seems as if Joe Biden will be able to eke out a very, very narrow Democratic win, at least in terms of the votes in the swing states. It looks as if there is a chance that the Electoral College count will look more decisive than it really is. The current option is 310 votes for Joe Biden, 228 for Donald Trump. But Joe Biden also has an almost 4% advantage with the popular vote. So the election result might be looking a little more significant in a few days from now than it does this morning.
And how could the opinion pollsters get it so wrong again, predicting a 10% lead for Biden-Harris in the popular vote?
That is indeed a question. Somebody on Twitter said that polling should be categorized as an illegal gambling scheme, and I tend to agree, because we were told that the pollsters had learned their lessons after 2016, that they had larger sample sizes in the swing states, that the polls were better adjusted for education, or rather the lack thereof when it comes to Trump voters, and then also online panels were used more intensively in combination with direct polling to give shy Trump supporters the opportunity to be more honest. All of that does not seem to have been successful, especially if you look at states like Florida.
And what about voter suppression and foreign meddling?
This is to be discussed in the next days and weeks. There was significant attempts of meddling from the Russian and the Iranian side. There have also been forms of unexpected foreign meddling, for example, in Florida, where a conservative party from Colombia actively endorsed and supported Donald Trump among the Colombian and, more importantly, Venezuelan expatriate communities in Florida. And voter suppression has, unfortunately, become a technique of a Republican Party that is in a structural minority in this country for a decade already. We have many reports that it was more difficult for younger people, for minorities to vote. But again, this will time to sort itself out after we have a result that is reliable and is also accepted by a majority of the Americans.
Now, is stealing the election via courts or state legislatures a real option on the table?
This is a real possibility, but not a real option, because even conservative governors in the states that are in question right now have insisted that all votes will be counted, thus saying implicitly that the president's position of not counting votes after yesterday evening's close of the polling is completely illegal and unconstitutional. And I cannot imagine a situation in where large parts of the Republican Party at the state and federal level would engage in what might de facto be seen as a political coup and, as an extension, end the democratic project that started in the United States in 1776.
And what would a second Trump term mean for transatlantic relations?
It would mean more of the same and probably even a rougher tone, because there were rumors that in the White House, people were thinking about exchanging a number of cabinet members, also in the national security and foreign policy arena, for people that are seen to be more loyal to Trump and closer to his political positions, which we know are affiliations with autocrats and dictatorships, an undermining of the traditions of the Western alliance, massive attacks against our partners in Europe and other parts of the world. This would be a devastating impact. And it is hard to recognize the transatlantic arena after 4 years. It would probably be impossible to recognize it after 4 more years of Donald Trump.
And what if Biden makes it? What should the Europeans do to make the West strong again?
The Europeans should be as proactive as they can, because this is a key time and a crucial time. And under the Biden administration, obviously, the president would invest a considerable amount of time and political capital to rejuvenate and reconstruct the Western alliance and also our partnerships with our Asian allies. But at the same time, the domestic issues are so monumental that are facing a new administration. And it doesn't look as if the Democrats have a chance to win a majority in the US Senate, which will further limit the president's ambitions and capabilities, it is very important that Europe pushes ahead and also tries to define a new 21st century transatlantic partnership, because there's a great opportunity for the first time in recent history to influence the way the United States will position itself in terms of global governance, multilateral institutions, and also reconstruction of the West that we so badly need.
And tell us, Michael, what was your favorite piece of fake news in this election?
My God, there were so many, because the president gratified us with about 20 lies every single day. But I think the outrageous QAnon conspiracy theories about Joe Biden being a Satanist engaged in pedophilia and child trafficking shows that there are considerable amounts of people in the conservative fringes that live in a completely different galaxy. That's fascinating, but also at the same time extremely scary and frightening.
Dankeschön, Michael, and thanks for watching, folks. We'll be back next week with another surprise guest.